Hello, I'm Beau Weston. I'm a professor of sociology at Centre College and am pleased to be the first featured speaker of our series of Centre seminars. I teach a course on coffee houses and public life. And what's interesting to sociologists about coffee houses is that they're a place where people get together and converse. The idea of a coffee house fits in this sociological idea as a third place. And the idea of a third place was formulated by a sociologist named Ray Oldenburg in the book The Great Good Place. And he said, we all have a first place, that's home. And most of us have a second place, that's work. And in both of those places, who you work with is pretty much constrained. It's limited to who's supposed to be there. A third place is not limited. It's open. All kinds of people can come. It connects you with other social networks beyond what you would normally know at home or at work. The draw of a third place is conversation. And the regulars come back and converse and know one another. But they don't have to become intimate friends. They become acquaintances. And I think that's what a third place is where strangers become acquaintances. Now, what's this have to do with coffee houses? I think we're in the third great age of the coffee house. And the coffee house is an excellent kind of third place. There's other ones. But coffee is good for conversation. A coffee house is a place where the conversation gets better after the second drink. I will talk about the effects of alcohol in a future episode. The three golden ages of coffee houses would be, first, England in the Restoration. And we're talking 1660s to 1720. There in London especially, coffee houses spread everywhere. They drew all kinds of people. They became known as the Penny University. And anyone could come in off the street and for the cost of a penny could join in the conversation. They would read magazines out loud to one another. In fact, magazines were invented in coffee houses for this purpose. Illiterate people could join in with others and would create a sphere of conversation. The second golden age of coffee houses happened in the continent of Europe, in Paris, in Germany, but especially in Austria. And the Viennese coffee house of the Gilded Age of the 1860s, 70s, 80s, and up to, say, World War I, were places of elegance and music refinement with what we think of as Viennese culture of 1900 is associated with coffee houses in every way you can think of it. This country was the starting point of the next golden age, the current golden age of coffee houses. And it began with the revival of specialty coffee, of people who knew how to roast and grind and find the best coffees, starting with a guy named Alfred Peet in San Francisco, who taught three guys who created a company called Starbucks. And what Starbucks did was create a market for good coffee. But they also attempted to create a market for coffee houses as third places. And your local coffee house is an excellent example of a third place. In future episodes, I'll talk about whether Starbucks really functions as a third place, about the larger macro effect of coffee houses as creating a public sphere, and finally about coffee versus other kinds of beverages, particularly alcohol. I will be answering any comments that you might have on these videos as they're posted on YouTube and Facebook, and I welcome your interaction in future episodes. Thank you.